For almost half my life, I have lived just a few ridges over from the Cherokee Indian Reservation in western North Carolina. Just outside Great Smoky Mountain National Park. A place filled with so much history, so much culture, and truthfully, so much hurt. The Cherokee people have made such a profound impact on my life as friends, and some so close to me I would even consider them family. But in 15 years of being their neighbor, I've always been scared to ask the tough questions that carry deep wounds. Join me as I take one of their brightest youth fishing and ask him what life is like through the eyes of the Cherokee. Right, folks, good morning. Welcome back to America's Outdoor Family. And I am so excited about today's video because I have a real Cherokee Indian on the boat with me.
Come on, what's up, y'all?
This is my boy, Jonathan Frady, really good friend. I've known Jonathan for a long time, since he was a prepubescent. Yeah. But in all seriousness, he's a great friend, has an incredible story. And we are on a fantastic lake in the mountains of western North Carolina. We're so excited to get after today and fish. Jonathan, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man. So I'm Jonathan, as you just said. I'm from Cherokee, North Carolina. Grew up on the reservation there. I've been there for all my life. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. That's about it.
Heck
we'll
yeah.
Get a little bit more into it on through the day and whatnot.
Oh yeah, we have some epic conversation coming about all sorts of stuff. Politics, race relations. We're gonna touch on every subject.
Hey, buckle up, strap in, get ready to go.
All right, y'all, let's get after it. Game time. Dude, there's ice on everything.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah,
people.
we didn't tell the people it's cold.
Hey, you there? You want a Respucia? You know it. You know what I'm talking about?
Come on,
I know you
dude.
cultured.
What are you talking about?
I know you cultured.
How you doing?
Hey, you there? Come to, bub.
Cool. Oh, you ate it right there, dude. That's a good sign. That was a big one. Something's telling me I made the wrong decision. Water 42 degrees. That's cold. My freaking toes are ice.
Yeah, I brought them wool socks today.
Did he not look like he was about to hammer it?
Yeah.
Got him.
You got one?
Yeah. Finally.
Let's go, baby.
Stay in the boat. All right, guys, fish number one only took us 4 hours. I'm kidding. It didn't really take us that long, but it is cold. My toes are completely frozen and I'm angry about it. The water's 42 degrees. I honestly thought it was gonna be in the high 40s, but I kind of made a gamble this morning trying to go to an area that I've seen them blowing up in the morning. They were not there. Sometimes you gotta pay the price when you make bad decisions. I know a ton of areas that are super productive and we'll end up there, but anyways, let's keep fishing. All right, guys, second spot of the day. We're in what I would consider my favorite part of the lake, which is probably where we should have started. Dang, Biggin just came off the bottom to check her out. Said, hey, what's your name, pretty thing?
Yeah. Oh. There he is. Hey, come on, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Fatty. Fat spot. Grab the spear. Grab the spear.
Grab the spear. That's a nice one.
It's better. Oh.
Oh.
Grab the spear.
We gotta tell the people about the spear.
Dude, let's tell the people. All right, good spotted bass right there. Like I said, we just pulled up into a better area and I'm not gambling anymore. I'm gonna make solid decisions. But dude, tell the people about the spear. Cause okay, here's the deal.
Backstory.
I'm not trying to be stereotypical when it's like spears and Native Americans.
For sure, man.
So give me some backstory.
Yeah, obviously, man. Let me get to where I could show them, you know, what we got going on here.
Yeah.
So, long story short, man, growing up, my family was like really culturally rich, and so they was very like culturally in depth and whatnot. And so my grandma had made like pottery for a living and stuff, made like bowls and whatnot, had worked.
So when people find Cherokee relics, it could have been your grandma?
Man, no, not that much. But no, and then my uncle does like a lot of stone carving, a lot of woodwork, and my other uncle does the same, a lot of basket making and whatnot. But my mom, when I was younger, she made spears for a living. She'd take river cane, heat it up to make it straight and whatnot, and then get like the arrowhead and cut a notch in it, and then would put sinew on it, and then rabbit fur. And so actually, this is like what we'd use in time of war. And so, yeah, so this sinew is like buckskin. So whenever they would take the spear, they'd be like, BAM! But no, they'd take the spear and whatnot, and whenever, obviously, they'd be inside someone, the blood would make this expand. And so whenever it would expand, it would allow the arrow to lodge inside someone. So the only way that they would get it out is like they'd have to break it off, leaving the arrow behind.
Oh my gosh. That is savage level.
That's what I'm saying. And then the rabbit fur is pretty much for decoration and whatnot.
I don't know. I thought it was honestly I thought it was to keep it kind of silent. Like when you throw it, I bet you, because it cuts the way, even the way like this thing cuts wind to make it silent so people can hear it. I was like, I know it, you might think it's decorative, but I'm like, I could see it being silent.
That's fair.
Right there, I'd be gonzo. By the way, folks, like that thing is freaking sharp. I would have utmost confidence I could actually kill an animal with that thing. That's unreal.
Yeah, dude. So my mom made this for a living, man. Like whenever I was a kid, this is what she did to help provide for her family and whatnot. Like
she would sell those, I guess, to like souvenir shops,
to like craft shops and whatnot. And yeah, that's how she's a hustler, man.
Bro, every time I hook up today or you hook up, we're gonna
grab the spear. If it's a big one, get it.
All right, so here's a question. Is there still pent-up animosity from Cherokees towards white people?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
100%. Man.
Take me through it. Do you think it's justified, like a justified animosity? I think there's this idea of white people being colonizers.
Yeah.
But I think about it. I'm like, okay, imagine leaving Europe to flee persecution. You show up to this land. You're like, oh my gosh, there's this land. You're trying to build a house. You're trying to build something. And then people of the woods are trying to kill you. I got Molly. I got Macy. I got Isaac. We're on a boat for 3 months, leaving religious persecution. We show up, and then these people of the woods are trying to kill me. I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to try to kill. Like, just naturally, I'm like trying to protect. So then this war kind of breaks out. Obviously, there's like biological warfare too. But there were some friendlies, right? Friendly natives.
Yeah, for sure.
But what's up with there's still that animosity, and do you think it's justified?
Yeah, I think I don't know the way you kind of had told that. Like I haven't heard that point of view. I think the way it's seen is like, you know, hey, like we was here first, and then like colonizers came and whatnot, and just kind of like pushed us out and kind of like plundered like the land and whatnot. But
took the resources. Yeah.
And so I think like it just depends on the person. You know, there's a lot of people that'll hold on to hurt and stuff that has to do with that and stuff. And we're still, you might think it's crazy, but like we're still, like my people are still suffering from that in the sense of like, hey, we're in like a state of emergency for like our language. Because whenever colonizers came and stuff, and then they started these things called like boarding schools and stuff. Yeah. And so they would send like native kids to boarding schools, and where they would speak their like native tongue, where they'd speak Cherokee and stuff. It'd be like, hey, you can't do that, and like actually punish them for it. And so that was like a little bit around my grandma's generation, a little bit before my grandma's generation and stuff. And so you still have like these side effects from, you know, like the Trail of Tears and stuff and all of that. You still see it today.
Wow. Do you find the term, I took a Cherokee Indian Fishing, do you feel that is a racist term? Because your sign in Cherokee says, welcome to the Cherokee Indian Reservation.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the Cleveland Indians, the baseball team, had to change their name because a bunch of people were like, that's an offensive name.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it is. You have people that do, you know, it's like, we're not, you know, and I think it's not really that people think it's, oh, my bad.
Did we just touch tips again?
I think we did. I don't think it's that people think it's offensive. I think it's like people think it's like, it's not politically correct or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You have like those.
Yeah, yeah.
You're Native American. But once again, I mean, there are some people out there that's like, they don't rock with that.
So you've never thought about that perspective of like people coming to flee religious persecution and then they're trying to be killed?
I mean, that wasn't really like what we was taught.
YouTube.
The what?
So this is about to be the most hammer time conversation to ever hit YouTube.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so you had said that you had never thought about what I said before about people fleeing religious persecution.
Yeah.
And then they get there and they're like, all right, like this is us. We're going to live off this land. And then people are trying to kill us. You're like, man, I've never thought about that before. And you said something when the camera was off. You said we weren't what?
We're really like taught that. I think in schools, man, they're taught from the perspective that they kind of like are well not. It's like for you guys, like that's what you were taught, right?
No, it wasn't what I was taught. I was just taught general history. Columbus discovers and then so what I'm thinking though is I'm trying to like logically backtrack and put myself in the mindset and body of the natives and the mindset of those people. So I wasn't taught. I'm like, 100%. What I try to do with life, dude, is I try to put myself in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the heck were they thinking? What the heck were they thinking?
Yeah.
And then is there like a legitimate logical outcome? So the answer is no, I wasn't taught that. I just kind of was like, I just couldn't imagine like, dude, if Molly and I and the kids just left to go be somewhere and people came out of the woods trying to kill us.
Yeah.
What would I do?
Yeah.
It's nothing against them. It's not because they're native, it's because I'm like, I'm trying to just, keep my family alive. I love my children. I love my wife.
Fight or flee.
Yeah, that's right. So here's a question. Do you think, and I'm asking this, I'm being honest, I'll answer as honest as I can.
Yeah.
And I obviously I kind of expect that of my guests, but do you think that, and I'm not saying it's justified, I think it's honestly justified, but do you think that you're taught kind of a victimized mentality in that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly like
a, hey, kind of like they did this to us, or, I
wouldn't say a victimized mentality. I would say we're taught from the perspective of I'd say like our people and whatnot, of like what our people had like went through and stuff. Yeah. And so from that, like that can carry over hurt, if that makes sense.
No, I understand.
But yeah.
So there is, do you think there is kind of like almost potentially like an underlying victimized mentality? Like I said, it's understandable.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far, you know? Yeah. But I would say that we are taught from like the perspective of like, our people.
Like I couldn't imagine, like this is my home. It's always been my home. And then
homie comes up and like, hey, you got to go. What?
Yeah. And
I don't think like, it wasn't just like natives killing colonizers and stuff too. Like it was vice versa,
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, because once someone fires first and then the other fires back, they're trying to kill us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
And then, dude, just being honest, living back then, I mean, it was definitely kind of a savage time to live. Honestly, it kind of breaks it does break, not kind of break my heart, it does break my heart. So here's a question. Is it looked down upon if a native marries or has children with a non-native?
Once again, I think it just depends on who you ask. So I think it's desired, like it is desired for like natives to marry within natives just for to keep our bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you said, it depends on who you ask. Like if you ask some natives, they're going to be like, most of my friends are white or whatever. You know? And you have some that are probably like, they freaking can't stand white people.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing, bro.
Same with you.
But I'm like, what have I done?
What do you mean?
If someone's like, oh, I don't like white people, just generically saying that.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, because if you looked at me, you would say, oh, that guy's white.
Yeah.
Or or they might even call me a colonizer. Okay, now think about this. My family, my grandfather left Hungary in 1942 to leave Nazi Europe. And then my father is half Puerto Rican, half Mutt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, well, I look white and I'm not Cherokee. So if someone's like, oh, that's a colonizer. It's like, well, no, I'm an immigrant, like a late immigrant. You know, I just almost think there can be this pent up animosity that's misguided.
Yeah.
And
100%.
just generic, you know?
Oh, yeah. I think that's with any, I mean, you get that with any race, though, man. Like natives toward other races, but like, I mean, like any race is able to
just generalize,
stereotype and whatnot, like other races, and it's not just, you know, natives toward white people. Like you find that all over. And I'm not saying that like all natives are like that by no means. Heck no. I mean, you do have that, just like you have that once again in other races as well.
Yeah. All right, back to fishing.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Like my mom made spears for a living and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we go to a powwow every year. And he's oh yeah. Oh, it's a nice one.
Get the spear! Get the spear! Get the spear! John, it's a big one. Get the spear! Dude, it's a tank.
You gonna boat flip him or you want me to get
No,
him?
I ain't boat flip him. He's like a 4-pounder.
All right, I'm getting the spear. I'm coming. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Spear this thing.
Hold on.
Oh, there we go.
Down the gullet, baby.
There we go, guys. That's a better fish. That's what we're talking about. Hopefully we're figuring something out. We made a move to one of my favorite areas.
Stud,
That's
dude.
a 3 and change.
Yeah.
Thick across the back.
Oh,
Thanks for almost spearing him for me.
Dude, no problem.
So in the morning time, there's usually a really good bite that goes on. Like I said earlier, I just made a bad decision and tried to go on a whim. So we're behind the 8-ball this morning, but that's a good one. I expected to catch, honestly, probably a dozen fish that size today and a few even bigger, but gonna get him back. Solid 3-pounder. Oh, Jonathan, let's go,
Hey,
baby.
come on, baby.
Can I grab the spear? I'm grabbing the dang spear. Oh!
Oh, that's a stud.
That is a stud.
That's a stud.
I'm poking him, dude. I'm gonna hit your line. I did just hit that fish. Oh, I should probably get the spear out of the water.
Maybe.
Dude, he got it. You got him in the bottom of the chin.
Yeah, it counts.
Hold it.
That was more Chinese than...
That was more Chinese. Tell the people how you feel. That's a good
like
spot.
A man, son.
Like a
I like
man.
it. I like it. Yeah, that's fun.
You got to give him a kiss. Oh man, that was so native of you.
All right, top 3 movies. Go.
Any genre?
Yeah, any genre.
I'm a big Saving Private Ryan guy.
That's a good movie.
I like Tom Hanks, dude. I'm a big Forrest Gump guy.
Okay.
Love me some Forrest Gump. And then Shawshank Redemption. You like Shawshank?
I don't think I've seen it.
Y'all, comment in the comment section. Tell me what I should do with this native.
Oh my god.
That's a trail of tears. What?
That's crazy.
Dude, that's sad. You've never seen Shawshank Redemption? I don't know. I would just slow reel. Oh, got him. Yeah, got him. That was so cool, bro. Does it feel like a big one?
Yeah, that's all right. He got a lot of weight on you. Like it.
Oh
gosh, is that a striper?
I don't know what it is, dude. It's a giant.
That's a big one.
Oh my gosh. Dude, just loosen your drag. That's a giant spot. Holy cow. Grab the spear. I'm getting the spear, John. I'm grabbing the spear.
That's a big one, baby.
That's a giant.
That's
Oh, gosh. My hands are cold. I got it. Let's go. What a toad. What a toad, bro.
Check him out.
That's right. That's a giant. That's a big one. Dude, what a tank.
We gotta get some pickers.
He looks that long and that tall.
It looked big.
That was sick.
And you got a couple coming off the bottom.
Okay, here he comes. Guys, come for me.
Come on, you catch one. Let's double up. This isn't the smaller one. It's still a decent one. I can probably flip there.
Oh, get him. Dude, let's go. Let me see him. Oh, way to show the camera,
Sorry.
dog.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. I thought it was a turkey.
Got him. Grab the spear. Get the spear, Megan. Grab the spear, John. I've got him. Get the spear.
Yeah. Oh, that one ain't worthy of the
false
spear.
alarm. False alarm.
Get out of here.
Get the slingshot.
Get this thing.
Did Cherokees do slingshots?
I think that was more like David and Goliath.
Grab the spear.
This lake got smallmouth?
Way back when, it was a smallmouth lake. And the spots got in here from Lanier and turned it into a spotted bass lake.
I hate that.
They impurified the genes just like the colonizers did with the native son.
Scumbags.
Freaking scumbags. Spotted bass and colonizers. What's the answer to reconcile? What do you think the answer is?
Dude, Jesus.
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 Come on.
Jesus.
How so?
So, I think reconciliation is like
What's reconciliation mean?
They're being brought back together, right?
Okay.
Being unified as one.
Okay.
So like Ephesians 2 has this like perfect picture of the cross being the vertical beam, being verses 1 through 10, right? For we are saved by grace through faith.
Yeah.
That we were dead in our sins.
So you're saying vertical, that's our connection with
yes,
God.
that's our connection with God.
Okay.
And then 11 through 22, it has this horizontal reconciliation of like us with each other, that Jesus Christ not only died to reconcile us with God the Father, but he also died to reconcile us with each other, from Jew to Gentile, from race to race. And so like now, like,
because we're all made in the image of God.
100%. And so I could love my brother with the love of Christ because Christ died for us both.
Wow. So you're saying black, Cherokee, white,
Come on. Purple.
Chinese.
That don't matter. But no, man.
don't matter. Dude, that's powerful, man. That's the answer. I think that's the answer too,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I think about what Jesus said, you know, just like when Jesus said, love the least of these,
Yeah.
if we look at ourselves before God, we're actually all the least of these, right? Because we're
Yeah.
all broken in sin. So when we love each other, that's literally us having Christ well up in us and
Yeah.
live the life of Christ, right? Is
Yeah.
when you love others, it's like loving me, he says. So,
Yeah.
man, that's it. We're reconciled to God and then reconciled to each other.
Yeah, for sure.
So we shouldn't have animosity or anger or hostility or anything like that. Just straight up love. So what do you know about that? Because we're on Lake Chatoog. You said that's got to be Cherokee, and I actually heard that it was from a story from. That's the noise that the Indians would call the flintlock, because the flintlock gun would go, chatoog, which sounds like chatoog. But you said you don't know. You can't confirm that.
Yeah, I cannot confirm that.
That's just me pulling one out of my butt.
Yeah.
That's like every person known to man has their great grandma.
Was
their
it Indian princess?
Yeah, their great grandma
Oh my God.
was the Indian princess.
Yeah. So,
Is that true?
well, you see, my mom, we do like a powwow every year.
What is a powwow?
Yeah. So a powwow is like where we all come together and do like our cultural and like sacred dances and whatnot.
Is it around a big fire?
No, that's what
okay.
people think it is. It's more stomp, which is more private, and then like powwows are more open to the public. Like, hey, come watch like dance and do our music and whatnot. But yeah, we go to one every year where my mom, sells spears and other crafts and whatnot. But I sell it because every year, dude, there's at least 3 a day come up to us. My great-great-grandma's an Indian princess, or 23andMe told me that my great-grandma
Elizabeth
was a
Warren
full,
style.
and I'm like, what? And so I learned my uncle, or I know, my uncle, whenever people do that, he was like, yeah, so's my uncle.
your uncle was a Cherokee princess
Yeah,
too.
Indian princess. I'm like, there you
That's
go.
hilarious. Where we're at and what we're doing. You got him?
I do, holy crap. On a twerk. A twerk bait, baby.
The old twerk bait? The old
Old
first
twerk
cast
bait.
with a jerk bait, dude?
Come on.
Dude.
Just perspective. I don't want to say like we didn't get taught that that's what the colonizers was like fleeing from or anything like that. 'cause I'm
You
sure we
could
did.
weaponize that train of thought, though.
Do what?
You could almost weaponize that train of thought, though.
What do you mean?
You'd be like, they stole our land.
Oh yeah. There's some that do.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like, for the most part, Cherokees are very, I was going to say docile. They're like, I don't know many, I mean, don't get me wrong, you put a little alcohol in anybody, they'll fight.
Oh yeah.
But I don't ever hear of like race-related incidents happening.
There's usually one a year. It's usually like over sporting events too, man. It's a sad thing. Like you'll have like one of the biggest ones, like especially for our people, is like whenever people make fun of like our war call, put their hand in their mouth and do like that will piss people off. Like that's
Cherokees?
the one thing you don't do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like that's if you like that, you're done after that, you know.
So if I go like this,
That yeah, you getting like
don't do that. Don't do that again.
Yeah, probably don't.
Good to know.
Well, it's just I mean, it's a mockery.
That's how it's accepted by Cherokee people.
Oh, 100%.
It's like you're making fun of us. I know you can't skip for turd.
I can't, dude.
Give her one of those. Okay. You guys have come a long way since using sticks and string. It's actually funny. Some of the very best fishermen I know. I mean, I'd put you up there with them. You're a super talented angler, but freaking Cherokee.
Michael Bradley. He's the one that taught me how to skip a jig.
He's a good one to learn from.
Dude,
Zach Hicks.
Yeah, he's a skip.
TK.
I haven't gotten to fish with Zach Hicks. TK
Buto. He used to guide for us.
Oh yeah, TK.
So how do you say my name in Cherokee?
Yeah, so it's Austin Neary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watali Dishkohi.
Watali Dishwali.
Dishkohi.
So how do you say like
Watali.
I am Austin Neary? How would I say I am?
Aya.
Aya Watali Dishkali.
Dishkali. Yep.
I am Austin Neary. Good to know. Why are you laughing?
Oh man, that's just how you say your name.
I will say this. I honestly believe if there is one thing that someone's like, what's the most ridiculously heinous thing done in the history of humans?
Yeah.
To me, it's anything that involves genocide.
I was getting ready to say that.
Genocide.
Yeah.
I don't understand how the Puritans like believed the Bible and still owned slaves.
Yeah.
That was an incredible injustice. And you know, people can say like, oh, the white people in slavery, but let's not forget how slaves became slaves it was African tribes conquering other tribes, selling the tribal members
100%.
to white people.
Yeah.
So I think it's really unfair to be like, oh, well, white people own slaves. It's like, oh, well, hold on. I don't obviously condone it, but I'm like, listen, it was African tribes that conquered African tribes that took them as slaves and then sold them as slaves. So that's one thing. But regardless, genocide to me, okay, so you look at like the injustice, World War II with the Jews, horrible. You look at like Mongolian, Chinese, Mao, you look at, you know, like anything that involves, because here's the deal, bro, guess what? I cannot help whom I was born to. Mm-hmm. I can't help where I was born. I can't help the culture I was born into.
For sure. Yeah,
so to have really what I would say is like unjustified hate for any race of people, to me is like, dude, it just doesn't make any sense, because here's the deal. Who's to say I wasn't supposed to be born that way or someone else was or whatever? Like,
For sure.
I feel like God, and another thing that's like a hinge point, Jeremiah says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. So you think about that, you know, like God said, I want to create man in my image. So we are image bearers as humans of God. Every race, every person. But to me, genocide, so the mass exodus of Cherokee Indians, the Cherokee people, natives, you know, and dude, it wasn't just the Cherokee.
Yeah.
You know, I think America as a whole, old day America oppressed Native Americans. I mean, the fact that they're relegated to that was a beautiful skip. The fact that their life is relegated to just purely a reservation, not that it is, obviously you guys can, you know, you people, you know, natives can operate in culture and everything just like anyone else, but the fact that it's like, oh no, this is your land.
This is yours, yeah.
I'm like, that's jacked up, because the reality was it was y'all's land. All this land was your land. Just that's where I kind of draw the line on like things that are jacked up is just genocide, mass exodus of people, anything that involves like honestly just race. I'm like, it's so childish.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said earlier, it's easy to generalize, it's easy to stereotype. But it honestly, if you give yourself to those thoughts, it's foolish thinking.
Yeah.
You cannot say, oh, all white people are bad, or all black people, or all natives, or these people. It's like, no, like at the end of the day, man, what you said was so good. We have a horizontal relationship with each other.
Yeah.
You know, we have our vertical access with God. We have the horizontal relationship with each other. All right, guys. Well, we are just now finishing up, prepping the boat to take off. I had an absolutely incredible day. Like I said, I've known Jonathan for a really long time, and it is amazing to see what God has done in his life. And, you know, not that all the odds were stacked against him, but single mama home, you know, other siblings, Cherokee Reservation, just a lot of drug use around there and everything. There he is right there. So, dude, you still got the spear.
I got the spear, man.
Hey, listen, all day we were trying to spear fish, and he was showing me how to do it native style. Last words of wisdom.
Yeah, so actually I want to give you this spear.
What?
Yeah, man, of just a thanks of just what a blessing you've been and whatnot. And so I just want to give it to you.
Holy cow.
Yeah, man.
Okay, guys, a real Cherokee Indian gifted me a real Cherokee spear. Now I've got to figure out how to use it to kill something. A buffalo.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2!
Come on.
Come on with it. Guys, we had an absolute blast.
Final words of wisdom. Jesus loves you. Give your life to him.
Slap these people out of here.